Welcome to my kitchen. Just cook DC, folks. Thank you for spending time with me. Let us make a quintessential Kenyan dish. Mukimo. This dish has gazillion of variations out there, depending on which area you're from. But it has a couple staples in it: potatoes, maize, peas. Now, different substitutions. Bear with me. I'm going to use maize, which is the original recipe. Calls for maize or hominy. Yeah, hominy maize. I'm going to use this with a pressure cooker because they're hard. They take long to cook. So 45 minutes in a pressure cooker, they should be ready to go. So if you have a pressure cooker, go with your maize. If not, soak the maize for 12 hours. Then boil them for 2 hours. Depending. Go with the pressure cooker. You could use canned hominy bean, maize. They already made it for you. So this is just ready to go. Incorporate it into the recipe as you see. You're good to go. You could use yellow corn. Again, this recipe depends on where you're from. So, or what you have available for you. Pressure cooker for me, I'm going to use spinach. You can substitute spinach with pumpkin leaves, Swiss chard, kale, whatever you want to. This dish gets a green color from whatever greens you use. And then again, that depends on where you are. Like northern part of Kenya, southern part of Kenya, eastern, western, all have the different variations in there. All right, peas. I'm going to use frozen peas. You will see. I've seen some people substitute that with beans, whatever you have on hand. But the recipe I'm going to show you today is your basic Mukimo recipe. So join me on this wonderful journey when we go back home and make something so, it's so simple and complex. I love this dish. Cheers. All right, since we have already done the maize, we're just gonna peel potatoes. All right, and we are gonna chop the potatoes and put them in a pot. The pot that you're gonna use, you want it big enough because we're gonna combine everything in here and mash it up. The size that you chop the potatoes as you boil them doesn't really matter because we're gonna mash them. The smaller you chop them, the faster they cook. So depends on how much time you have. So that goes right in there, and we're gonna boil it. All right, that's it for the potatoes. I'm gonna put that in I like salting my potatoes when I'm boiling it up. Put some salt in there. That goes on the boil. All right, in a smaller pot, we are gonna do our honey corn and our peas. I'm using about 2 cups of each. There we go. So you got corn and peas in a separate pot. All right, the potatoes are done, like I said, and we got the corn and the peas in there. So those will go on a slow burner. Just gonna bring them up to heat. All right. Just to recap, potatoes done. We got peas and hominy, maize coming into a boil. I want everything warm. We're gonna mash this, guys. We're gonna throw that in there, mix it in, blend the spinach in. Actually, that's what I need to do next. Spinach. Good thing about baby spinach is it's gonna wilt down.
I want it for the color. A messy kitchen is a good kitchen, folks. I think that should be enough. What do you think? I think that's enough. Good. I will wet it just a little bit. Probably doesn't need wetting, but I just wet it just a little bit. Cover it up. Let that wilt. And we got our assembly going. Now let's do. All right, folks, let's assemble this. There is my potatoes. I am gonna mash them up with my masher. There we go. Now, at this point, you could blend your spinach and get a greenish dye, or you could just throw it in there. I'm gonna throw it right in there. There's my spinach. It's been cooking. I'm gonna throw it right in there. I'm not gonna use blenders because my forefathers, my grandfather, my grandmother never had blenders, so they did not use a blender. So I'm gonna make it like they did. But of course they didn't have a kitchen like mine, but there we go. So mash that. Oh, that's good, guys. Alright, so I got my Mukimo going, if you can see. This is just potatoes and spinach. Fantastic, guys. Oh, that looks good. Alright, corn and peas. Alright, one little step. We're gonna move that stuff right there, and we're gonna caramelize some onions. That gives us a nice garnish. High heat. Get some onions in there. We're gonna caramelize them. Take about 2 to 3 minutes. Then we're gonna assemble this dish. A little bit of oil. That's it. I'm excited about this, folks. Elevates the taste to a different level. All right, nice and caramelized, not burnt, caramelized. All right, turn the burner off. Get my potato spinach mix in, ready to go. My onions go right in there. All right, my drained peas and maize right in there. In they go. Now we're gonna give that guy a good mix. And we have Mukimo. Bingo. Give it a nice mix. Ah, smells good. I wish you guys can smell this. Some of you who know this know exactly how this smells. Homely. It's like grandma is cooking. Oh, hallelujah. I love it. Give it a good mix. Folks, it's time to serve. All right, folks, I got my stew ready. Let's get the Mukimo on there. Oh, make it look pretty. I've seen people serve it in a mold, but I make it rusty. Home is always best. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Appreciate you. Just cook. Mukimo.